hey. Didn't see y'all there. Yo, yeah, back again, guys. Welcome to the show. Today my shout out is to one of the greatest YouTubers to ever make a video on this website, most likely. This is one of the best channels ever, among the top channels on the entire site, on the entire internet. So go ahead and check it out. Throw him a subscription. Lots of entertainment awaits on the good old TVFilthyFrank channel. You will not be disappointed. So yes, quality. Let's see, that's our channel. Let's do a song. I like this song a lot. By LamazeP. It's a great song. I believe it's have you finished my new song yet, or something along those lines. I'm not the best. No, I can't read this at all. But it's something along the lines of, is my new song finished yet? This one's great. In fact, everything by Lamaze is freaking great. But this one is good. I love it. I picked this one. I mean, there's other ones, but I like this one. Anyway, that's the song for today. Oh, jeez. What else is there? Yeah, let's go over to the news. I wanted to do yesterday's headlines. Let's do that. Where'd they go? It's one of these. There we go. This is one of the headlines. There's really not much to read here. Oops. Oh yeah, I wanted to just have. I'll do that at the end. I'll do that at the end. I'll just read these headlines. This one: deadly streetcar tracks. Horror stories haunt Seattle bicyclists. It's on Seattle Times. I put these in the last video as evidence for my arguments. Bicyclists say streetcar tracks can catch tires and are slippery when wet, posing a danger of falls and serious, even fatal injuries. But solid data about streetcar track crashes doesn't exist, so the city remains unsure of the problem's scope. Solid data doesn't exist. So the rest of the article is just hearsay and anecdotal evidence. I'll leave that to you guys to read on your own time. But they put up those signs for a reason. Let's see if I can pull that up. Probably gonna regret clicking around like this. Yeah, these ones. The sign, yeah, they put that up for a reason. Anyway. So there we go. Article 1. Okay, here's the second one. Police investigate fatal shooting on a Metro bus in North County. So police investigating fatal shooting on a Metro bus in North County. Okay, I'll do the date. The last article, this is 2016, so it's about 3 years old. This article, July 5th, 2018. July 15th, 2018. Sorry about that. July 15th, 2018. That's this one. Police investigating fatal shooting on a Metro bus in North County. Cool Valley, Missouri. I was going to read a little bit. It says, police are asking for your help to track down the suspects in a fatal shooting that happened on a metro bus in Cool Valley. Kind of screws up the headline, but it's easier to read this way. There we go. Police are asking for your help to track down a suspect in a fatal shooting that happened in a metro bus in Cool Valley. There's some good stuff. Police believe it started with one passenger bumping into another on the metro bus and ended with a fatal shooting and a search for the suspect. One passenger bumping into another ended with fatal shooting. Watch out if you ride the bus. Watch out. Hope you're concealed carrying. You best not follow that no gun zone if you actually care about your safety and well-being. But that's not my advice. By the way, I didn't tell you to do that. Those are just idle thoughts that are totally irrelevant. So yeah, just ignore that last part. Don't worry, shootings, no gun zones make you safe. When they put up that sign that says no guns allowed, you're magically safe from all harm. Don't worry at all. Anyway, yeah. I don't believe this will be an isolated incident if he's not apprehended soon. This was like a year ago. Tough. So yeah. The victim here was 35-year-old Kenneth Pointer. Police believe the suspect rides the bus regularly. Yeah, how about that? Can't afford a car, but you can afford to shoot people. Tough. There we go. Crime Stoppers is offering up to a $5,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest in this case. So, bounty hunters, there you go, guys. That's some good cash. If you feel like hunting down a year-old cold case, there's the number, of course. Good old tip line. It's a dangerous person. All right, I think that's. Here we go. If you have information, they give you even another phone number. Please call Detective Sergeant Whitworth, 314-385-3300, extension 3021. There's a number again for the Crime Stoppers. Metro says a statement. Yeah. Okay, that's all for this article. I did want to kind of point out those things, you know, the funny bits, and you know, just give you my 2 cents and my fair warning about buses. Yeah. Let's see, what else do we got? Where's the other articles? I wanted to kill the ones from yesterday. Just get them done. There we go. Man killed in Metro bus stop shooting. This is another one. I could not find a date. I don't know when this happened. Washington, D.C. Not state. D.C. Let's see if I can get some bigger text to read there. No, that's too big. I have to apologize. I'm just trying to make this look respectful. I don't think I was going to read that much. Oh yeah, I was going to kind of point out a few novelties here. Man who was shot as he tried to board a metro bus in Northeast D.C. on Wednesday has died. It's sad. Okay, this is the headline. This is what it is. All right, it's sad. It's a tragedy. A man who was shot as he tried to board a metro bus in Northeast DC on Wednesday has died. That's it. Okay, but you know how the media works. They can't just leave it at that, can they? And oh, here's the big dramatic reveal. A lawyer for his family says the victim was the brother of a teen who was shot and killed by an off-duty police officer in 2007. So totally unrelated. Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe this is some sort of retaliation or something. But they had to throw that in. His brother was killed in 2007, and now he's been killed. Let's go to the bottom, because nobody actually reads the whole article. Oh, what do you know? The U.S. attorney eventually ruled that the two officers involved in that shooting, in that shooting, fired in self-defense. So you put this on the very top. Killed by an off-duty police officer, who at the bottom was conveniently defending himself. Yeah, that would look kind of bad, now wouldn't it, if you put that at the top? But the very fact that you're throwing it on, this is his brother. It's like worse than an ad hominem. This is not even the guy himself. This is his brother. It was... Anyway. There have been no arrests. All we know is it happened on a Wednesday. We don't know the other dates. But that's all. Those are yesterday's news. So now I've got yesterday's news out of the way. Let's see what I want to jump on next. I wanted to jump on these. These look like absolute shit, because I'm not using Netscape. But fuck it, right? I wanted to get some cool visuals, and I figured Netscape probably wouldn't even load the images. So I apologize for all this crap. Let's see if I can... Yeah, I can't even fix that. I think I tried zooming in and it wouldn't work either, so we're just going to have to go crossways. You can't do that. Video shows ICE officers smash window, drag man out of car in front of his family. Oh geez, and this is today's, or yesterday, no it's today. Today's still the 24th, July 24th, 2019. It's contemporary news. ICE officers smash window and drag man out of car. Alright, by the way, news flash, guys. I learned this 7 fucking years ago in a personal experience. I had an officer pull me over, and he said he wanted me to get out of my car, and I said, you can't take me out of my car without probable cause, and he says, no, I can take you out of the car and search you for weapons whenever I feel like it. I don't need any probable cause. And you bet that's exactly what he did. Because if I hadn't have gotten out of the car, he would have probably fucking tased me, pepper sprayed me, or shot me. So, yeah, I actually exited the vehicle. And I'm an American citizen, alright? So just so you know, just so all of you know, if a police officer pulls you over and asks you to exit your vehicle, he doesn't need a warrant, he doesn't need a probable cause, no fucking reasons needed. That's the law of the land. You don't like it, fucking complain to the motherfuckers who made it that way. But that's the way it is. Alright, so you have some expectation of a warrant being provided to search your vehicle? What kind of fucking fairyland do you live in? This happened to me in 2012, and I learned it the fucking hard way. So, yeah. How the fuck about that? Oh, what a surprise. When you refuse to open your vehicle to the fucking feds, they're gonna smash the window and drag your fucking ass out of it. What a surprise. Such shock. Who would have ever seen that coming? Damn it, I just can't get a good zoom. Like, these browsers don't even zoom in good. I should have pulled this up in Netscape. Anyway, I'm not going to read the whole article. Repeatedly asked to see a warrant. You dumbass motherfucker. Repeatedly asked to see a warrant, but officers tell him they can conduct a warrantless arrest. Damn right they can. They can do whatever the fuck they want, especially if you're not an American citizen. But even if you're an American citizen, they will arrest your ass for no goddamn reason, and you better have a lawyer to get you out. That's the facts, guys. That's the way the legal system works. It worked that way 7 years ago. I don't think it's fucking changed. 2012. That's when that happened to me. When I had to learn the hard way that no, they don't need a warrant, they don't need probable cause. The police officers are going to do what they want, and you're legally obligated to cooperate with the officers. And then later, you can have your lawyer overturn all that shit. Welcome to America, guys. Yeah, if you don't get out, I'm going to break the window. That's how the system works. This is my personal property and you can't do that. Thick-headed dumbass responds. Oh, think of the children. The couple's 11-year-old son can be heard crying as the window is broken and his father is taken away. Oh, my feels. Oh, I feel so bad that these poor criminals are being separated from their children. Yeah, guess what's going to happen to his kid? You don't want to know. Anyway, oh, I found the reason I'm reading this on this fucked up ass web browser with all this bullshit running in the background is because of this. What the fuck is this picture? What the fuck is this? What? Some fucking creepy ghost zombie? What the fuck is that? Who the fuck put this picture here? It doesn't make any goddamn sense. This is a normal web browser. This is no accident. I'm not fucking... What is this shit? Some fucking... Is that the 11-year-old son crying? Is that what that is? What the fuck? Who put this picture here? Who's making these news? I can tell you in a second. USA Today is using fucking zombie pictures to depict the ICE. Or maybe they're trying to depict the illegal immigrants, you know, picture is a reflection. But what the fuck? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. How did this happen? Who let this happen? This is not news. This is fucking fairyland joke world. Clown world. Times a million. There you go. Fucking zombie ICE agents dragging parents away from their crying children. Oh no. Should have stayed in your own country and legally immigrated. Follow the law for once. Yeah, it's not fun. Yeah, the laws are fucked up. I'll be the first one to admit that. But if you're going to be hard-headed about it, well, you're going to find out just exactly how hard the head of law enforcement is. It's not fun, guys. You don't want to be on the wrong end of law enforcement. I tell you that much. Oh well, so that's that. Yeah, like I said, the visuals are why I'm suffering through Opera browser. Gross. Instead of good old Netscape. So here we go. Prepare for more crap. This one's Good Morning America. Dozens of I just threw this one in for fun. I know it's a serious one, but it's also fairly neutral and apolitical, and I find it novelty. I mean, who doesn't enjoy watching a fire? I enjoy watching fires. Dozens of large wildfires burning in west as California feels the heat. Yeah, this happens every year, by the way, but there we are, July 24th, 2019. It's from today. California's on fire! The whole west is on fire. God, this is fucked. I can't even get my graphic on. Oh, there we go. I got it. photo. There are 40 large fires burning across the West on Wednesday. ABC News. So is Good Morning America from ABC? I don't know. Anyway, there you go. There's your graphic. I thought that was fun to look at. Totally stealing it from their website. But yeah, there's the fires all across the West Coast. Damn, that's brutal. Just kind of appreciate that for a moment. It's obviously just a graphic. These aren't like actual satellite footage or anything. Just not aesthetic. Okay. Shit. Alright, next story. Let's fix our zoom. Schools that warned about lunch debt now accepting donation. I found this this inspired me to say a few things about my personal opinions about stuff and kind of criticize people, so I'll just read a little bit and then say my 2 cents. A Pennsylvania school district that warned parents behind on their lunch bills that their children could end up in foster care and then rejected a businessman's offer to pay the overdue charges is apologizing and says it wants to accept the donation after all. Wow, what a surprise. God damn. They must have gotten roasted for that decision. Jeez, these sick fucks. Fucking A. Alright, this is what... I'm not going to read the whole article. It's right there. That's everything you need to know. You can, like I say, on a lot of these, you can look them up on your own. You can look them up on your own if you care to. I'm just going to analyze this because this gives us everything we need to know about it. I hear a lot of whining and crying and oh geez, give me that about shit like education and healthcare. It's fucking embarrassing, guys. You realize there's people who don't have food to eat and who don't have water to drink in the United States? U.S. citizens, not illegal immigrants. 100% all-American U.S. citizens are starving and thirsty right now. And you want to whine about your free college education. You want to whine and get your handouts for your freaking transgender surgery. You want your free health care, quote unquote. But you don't want to give people free food? You want people to be starving but well taken care of by the medical industry? I mean, like I said last time, health care, healthy living starts with eating food and not being starved. You know, good food, not poison food. And so when we have people, children, American children, starving because their parents can't afford to feed them, and oh, you want your free college education and your free health care. Man, you people live on a fucking fantasy island. You people are fucking embarrassment to the human race. What is wrong with you people? You know, whine about, you know, your first world problems when there's people hungry. So freaking ignorant! So that's my little rage mode. And this here, I'm going to just flip sides right in front of y'all. If parents are so dreadfully irresponsible that they're going to freaking shit out children in the world that they're incapable of paying for, if you want to go fuck and make children and then not be able to pay to feed them, you, in the era of abortions and birth control, pretty much infinite access in this country. You can get your abortions, you can get your birth control, but no, you want to get your fucking dick wet, you want to get your fucking pussy smashed and shit out a fucking kid and then not be able to pay for its food? What the fuck is wrong with you? What kind of a fucking brainless, selfish, sadist
motherfucker has a kid and then can't fucking feed their own child. You are a cruel, cruel motherfucker who does that. And I have no mercy for you people. You know, having your kids get their lunch money paid by some businessman because they can't afford to feed their own kids. It's fucking embarrassing. And it's wrong. And yeah, damn straight, if parents can't feed their own children, their kids should be taken away from them. Stupid fucks. What is wrong with these people? It's like, yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with sport fucking. If you want to fuck and get your fuck on, and if you're into that, fine. Go for it. Get laid. Have fun. You know, freaking run that Tinder all you want. Freaking go to the bars and get all the dick and get all the pussy you want to your heart's satisfaction. But when you start creating children, you have a responsibility to those children not to freaking torture them with starvation. You ignorant fucks. So that's my 2 cents. If you want to know my opinion, I think that we should solve the issue of fucking human suffering on the most basic levels first. Like have you all ever heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Well, if you haven't, basically, let's just start off from the bottom, because we don't even need to read the rest of it, because the basics aren't being met. And that's food, water, and shelter. Or, I mean, if you really want to get down to it, we'll start with, like, you know, an order. Air to breathe, water to drink, food to eat. So if you want to create a benevolent, pseudo-socialistic, communistic, you know, benevolent dictatorship, whatever, if you want to actually help people, you have to meet their needs in order. Free college education isn't going to do jack shit for the person who's starving on the streets. That's not going to help them. It's going to help some freaking trust fund baby avoid their fucking student loans that they racked up getting a fucking basket weaving doctorate or whatever. You know. So we're going to start with the basic needs, such as food, water, and air quality for all Americans. How about that? How about we make that somebody's fucking campaign motto? I promise that no American, you know, it's all, you remember that shit? A chicken in every pot. That was the thing, wasn't it? Do I have to look this up for you guys? A chicken in every pot. Let's do it. Let's fucking do this shit. Make me fucking look shit up. Good old Netscape. Serious about this shit. Who said that? Herbert Hoover! Oh, God! For all the hate he receives. I don't know if I can zoom in on this. Ooh! Oh! So I can zoom in on Google as long as I'm in Netscape. If I'm in Google in a regular browser, I can't actually zoom in and make the text bigger. It just gets wider, and the text goes, like, way off the side. Like some fucking dumbass, piss-poor web development. But when I'm in good old Netscape, yeah, I can zoom in and make shit look big. Alright, so this was during 1928. Oh my God. 91 fucking years ago, guys. 91 years ago, we actually had presidential promises that meant something, that weren't appealing to some fucking baby-fied fucking fairyland-ass motherfuckers. These were real promises delivering real needs. Claimed that if Herbert Hoover won, there would be a chicken in every pot and a car in every garage. I mean, that's overkill. When there's starving people on the streets, this is enough. A chicken in every pot in the era where lunch debt is a problem in schools. You know, let's see a politician talk about the starving American citizens and how we're going to provide food for the people who don't even have food to eat. You know, I mean, I'm not much of a welfare handout motherfucker, alright? But it is my strong opinion that a country should protect its own. You know, homeland defense, homeland security. It's more than reasonable that the citizens of a country can expect protection given to them by their leaders, whether it's medieval feudalism or postmodern representative democracy, America, whatever the fuck we're running in this country. You know, oligarchy by money and media manipulation. Call it what you want. You know, 91 years ago, a presidential candidate promised a chicken in every pot. These days, we have Bernie Sanders promising free health care and free education while people are still starving. Yeah, that health care and education's really gonna help you get your fucking grub on. It's really gonna solve the problem of people not having access to food. Health care and education. Fucking idiots. Yeah, my campaign would sound like food and water for everyone on a basic level so they don't fucking die. You think you're entitled to health care but not free food? You have a fucking more than one screw loose in your brain. Anyway, there's my thoughts on that. And yeah, I know there's already EBT, but it's obviously woefully inadequate. There's food stamps, but they don't do jack shit. It's fucking bullshit. The entire system is corrupt and full of bloat. If it was really effective way to deliver food stamps to people, then there wouldn't be fucking homeless people begging on the corner now, would there? If those people really had access to food and water, why are they fucking holding their hands out like they're fucking starving, huh? Yeah, that's because everyone actually doesn't have access to clean food and water. There's people starving, there's people dehydrated, you know, dying in this country. Anyway, here's my little rant. Let's see, is there anything I brushed over? I got the fires. I got that shit done. Oh yeah, I'll do this. This is fun. Check out this. This is what I got today. Look at all this bullshit. This is just the freaking tip of the iceberg of all the freaking shit that popped up and that's running in the background of your news websites that all doesn't work. Thank God it doesn't work in Netscape Navigator, because this is just bullshit. This is just a bunch of fucking crap. Like, this is just one of them. It filled up the entire freaking cache. There were hundreds, countless, they're popping up the whole time. Every time I was freaking opening up a new website, or if I just click on a website and click away from it, it was, you know, fucking, welcome to modern day internet. It's all fucked up, like, fucking bullshit running in the background. I don't even want to end on this. See, it doesn't fucking deserve the imagery, but, well, I just won't. Let's just not put that in. You'll have to wonder what it is that I'm not putting in. That's it. I guess that's how I'll end. Just a chicken in every pot. Yesterday's news. Schools, I'll do a recap. Schools warned about lunch debt. Dozens of large wildfires. ICE officer smashes window. Yep. That's what's up today. Thanks for watching if you got this far. My advice is, if you don't have a lawyer on retainer and you can afford it, I strongly advise doing that. Because they can seize your assets, they can destroy your fucking ass so quickly if you don't have preparations. If you're not prepared to have your ass dragged out of your car in front of your family because you live in so much of a fairyland world that the clown world that you think a police officer needs a warrant or a federal agent needs a warrant to take your bitch ass out of your stupid fucking car, you're damn wrong. Not only can they take you out of your car, they can take your whole fucking car from you. It's called civil asset forfeiture. That's why you need a lawyer on retainer, because when they arrest you and they have the intention of actually destroying your life, you bet your ass they're going to seize your bank account, they're going to take your house, they're going to take your car, they're going to take every single asset that can be even remotely associated from you. They're going to take your friend's car, they're going to take your friend's house, they're going to take your fucking girlfriend's money too. Everybody you know, they will take all of their assets just to shut you down. So you better pay that lawyer in advance to defend you if you actually want a legal defense in this country. So that's my advice for today. If you can afford it, get a lawyer on retainer. Otherwise, just, pray for good luck and keep your head down. I guess I wanted to say a few things about selective enforcement and stuff. Mainly about this other article, the zombie ICE agent. So this is a thing, in an ideal world, the laws that were being enforced would be just. But we don't live in an ideal world, obviously. So basically, there's this weird convolution. They get away with so much selective enforcement, and that's, it's really not cool. It's really the root of corruption is selective enforcement, when you enforce the laws on a group of people but not all groups of people. And so these guys just get fucked on and super enforced on, while other people, there's no law enforcement. And then there's the creation of sanctuary states and stuff, even though technically there's federal preemption. So, in some cases, I, of course, am an advocate of sanctuary states. Of course, people should be allowed to consume medicinal substances for their own benefit without the government getting involved, without doctors getting involved. Nobody should have to get a prescription for their antibiotics or their fucking THC or whatever, their heroin. You should be able to buy the drugs you need over the counter, regardless of what drugs they are. Methamphetamine, LSD, I don't give a shit. If you need fucking drugs to get your rocks off, you should be able to buy them. And it's fucked up that they're federally banned. And so obviously, who's going to complain about the selective enforcement of federal law in these sanctuary states when they can all fucking smoke their weed, And then we come across the other thing about selective enforcement in sanctuary states, where we have these illegal immigrants, which is effectively an invading army of a huge politically different demographic, and they're selectively enforcing whether they're going to deport people or not. If the world was more utopian and peaceful, if there weren't large groups of people who wanted to destroy our country, and we're just letting them in and not deporting them, then I wouldn't give a shit. I mean, fundamentally, I believe in humans' right to travel, but I also believe in people's right to keep their property. Imagine this. Imagine if somebody just set up a tent in your front yard, and you called the police and said, there's this random person who has started camping in my yard, and he's dug a hole, and he's shitting in it, and he's cooking his food, and he's, chopped down the tree in my front yard and has made a fire with it to cook his food, and he's consuming the resources on my land, and could you, police officers, please remove this man for trespassing? And they're like, well, it's the fundamental human right of someone to go wherever they please, so we're not going to remove him, and this person is just going to live in your front yard and consume your resources, and you're not going to be able to do anything about it. Yeah, I'm sure that would go over real well. And so that's on an individual scale, an individual property ownership. And then we're going to take it to the scale of a country. And so what is a country? A country is a collection of individuals who agree through various political systems to be a collection of individuals. a country ideally has some bit of sovereignty, of self-judgment, and so, if 50 million people, which is a really small country, if 50 million people all agree to live on the same land, there's nobody else on it, they buy up all the land, or they clear it out by force, and then they build a nice wall, and all these 50 million people are content with their political system and the decisions their leaders are making, and they have a decent representative democracy or benevolent dictatorship or whatever. And so these 50 million people have their land and their space, and they say, we don't want nobody else in here. We don't want to let anybody who's not a, whatever. I'm gonna use this because it's ridiculous, and that's the point. We're gonna just call this China 2 with 50 million people. It's the smallest China ever. So we created the state China number 2, and we're not gonna let anybody who's not, Chinese in here to stay. We'll give you like a week-long tourist visa, and then you're out, and you're not permitted to buy property on our land, on our state either. So all the property, in an ideal state, see, this is why why we're fucked, and I don't think there's anything we can do to redeem ourselves at this point, is when you let foreign companies buy up all the land in your country. Well, you don't really own the country anymore, do you? But anyway, so, I think you'd think that people would agree that if these 50 million people all owned 100% of their continuous land that they built the border around, say they took over the state of California and called it China 2, and they built a wall all around it, and they don't want to let anybody else in for more than a week, and everybody's in agreement, right? Then who says they don't have the right? Who's going to take away their right of self-determination? It's basically like 50 million people living in one house, and then some asshole comes and puts a tent on their yard, cuts down their trees, starts shitting in a hole, and burning down all their resources to cook for, or to, do whatever. Fundamentally, that's like the same thing. And so those 50 million people have the right to deport people who they don't like from their country. I mean, this is getting into my political opinions, but my true opinion is I don't believe in any form of incarceration. I believe in deportation, not incarceration. I believe if someone commits crimes in your country, you should deport them. You shouldn't arrest them, because that's fucked up, and then once they're done being arrested, they're just going to come back in and shit all over your country continuously. So we should not arrest people, we should deport them. I think that would solve a lot of problems. But that's just my 2 cents on the matter. This video's obviously gone on for a while, but I just kind of wanted to have a little bit of fun. Wanted to kind of share my opinions and share the news. And yeah, like I said, that's my advice today. Obviously not advice for people like me. Normally I try to keep it relevant advice, something that someone like me could use, but I can't afford a lawyer on retainer. Not that that matters, because that's just all I'm saying. If you can afford it, get a lawyer on retainer. If you can't, well, just stay hydrated, eat good, take care of yourselves. Yeah. Good luck. Try to have fun. Try to be happy. Maintaining a positive attitude in clown world is how you win. It's how you keep yourself away from this debilitating, it's like an assault. Like I said before, it's an assault on your brain. It's an assault on your ability to think. This shit, I probably shouldn't even be recycling the news at you guys, because the news is not good. It's literally designed to damage your brain and make you stupid and unable to think. So, I don't know. Anyway, you've got my 2 cents of the day. I wish you all the best. Have fun, be safe, be aware, be intelligent, educate yourself. Good luck out there, y'all.